Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. Today we are going to continue our series called How to Resell Sneakers, and I have some exciting pickups for this week, for this episode actually. If you've been following me, you know that I am doing this series to help you guys, develop or expand your business, give you some hints, some tips, some opportunities on how to maybe start your business if you're thinking of reselling. And you can watch this series, okay, and then you can decide whether you want to do this or maybe this is for you or not. If you ask me, it's really easy, it's really fun, but it can also be challenging, okay? So with that being said, let's start this episode. Just a quick recap. We started with about $2,000 Canadian as our initial investment. And we said that for every pair that we purchase, we want to have at least 15% profit, okay? So if I'm paying $100, my minimum profit should be $15. That's a non-negotiable. If it's 10, 11, or 12%, we're not really gonna go. If it's 20, 30, or 50, or 100%, obviously we're gonna take it. Another thing we mentioned is that we're gonna look for the best deals on the Facebook marketplace, the local sneaker groups, which I highly recommend you guys join in your community. We're gonna go to these sneaker outlets. We might look at some local Craigslist ads and try and overall find the best deals for us, okay? And when it comes to sales, my focus, because I am in Canada and it's a lot easier, I go to the apps, StockX and GOAT primarily. I'm still looking into eBay. I just didn't have the time to reopen my account. I have a really good account with a lot of positive feedbacks. I just didn't have the time to start it and update all my information. But there's something that I'm planning to do, hopefully when I get a bit of extra time. But for now, we're gonna go StockX and GOAT. And then also, if there are deals that we can make locally, we're gonna try and do that. Now, locally, just be mindful and careful who you're meeting, where you're meeting. I've seen a lot of, robbery attempts or scams with e-transfers that never went through. Compared to StockX and GOAT, where it's hassle-free and you get your money no matter what. And even more if you're in the early payout program on StockX, like I am. As soon as you drop the package, it's scanned in UPS, StockX release the funds for you, all right? So that's really, really good for us, okay? Now, we're gonna start right into it. From $2,000, we came close to about $4,600. So we doubled our money within maybe a month and a half or two. And I have a lot of pickups that I'm gonna share with you guys. So I was able to use the entire budget. It was really, really good because we had some interesting releases. I'm gonna start with some Yeezys. These are the Yeezy Zebras. It's the, I think they re-released last year. Classic shoe. It was doing crazy numbers before, but now it dropped to an average of, I wanna say like $500 US. This is a size 11. I picked this one up from a friend of mine. He wasn't wearing it. He had it in his storage for over a year now, and he said, "I'll give you a good deal, right? I'll let you make some money. I'm gonna make some money as well." So I got it for a really good deal. Next, we have some foam runners. If you watch my other video regarding the investment, you know that I was able to secure 8 pairs from an Essence VIP account. These are the foam runners. These are the sands that are actually made in the US, just as a interesting fact. And then I also have the moon grays that are made in China. I was told apparently because of the color that they had to dye and get the color, they were only able to do this in China. Interesting shoe, I'm not gonna lie. Personally, not for me. And because profits are really good, that's why I suggested in my episode for you guys to sell it, all right? And I had 8 pairs. I'm down to 4, but these are already sold out. So I sold 2. I sold the moon grays on StockX, and the sand, I sold them local. Now, if you have the pairs and you want to sell them, I wouldn't really recommend StockX. I would highly recommend you try and sell them local so you can avoid the fees and shipping costs, whatever the case may be. If you can do that, if you really want a better alternative, is GOAT. They're going for a premium compared to StockX. You're looking at $30, $40, maybe even $50 in price difference, okay? So those are the Yeezys, Essence VIP accounts. I had 8 pairs, really good investment. Everything is sold. Moving on, I have some Jordans that I found on the local Facebook marketplace. And these are some grade school Jordan 14, the last shot. And I got them for a steal, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Let me check. I think retail was 165 Canadian, and check this one out. I paid $90 a pair, okay? So almost half of retail. And short story is I was talking to the seller. He used to work for an online store that he had a lot of inventory. I guess things didn't really work out, and he was slowly selling all the stock, all the inventory, okay? So these were the last pairs he had, about 8 or 9. I'm not sure how I even found this ad because he had them for a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so, right? So just browsing and it just popped up. I reached out to him, we secured a deal. If you check on StockX, I think I'm the only one that has bids, especially for the size 4Y. So I have 4Y, 4.5, and 2 5Ys. And I'm the only one that has the stock. I think I've listed them for like 200 US. I'll see how it goes. I'm not in a rush because, you know, when there's no pairs on the market, people will be, hopefully will be willing to pay whatever the price I said, right? So this is the beauty of having this leverage when there's not a lot of pairs or no pairs on the market. You get to set up your own price if it's a decent one, all right? So those are Facebook Marketplace. And the next 5 ones are actually a bulk deal that I did. Someone reached out to me. I did another transaction with him before. He's a SB. He used to have a SB shop here in Canada. And he reached out to me and he said, hey, I'm clearing out some of my inventory. Do you want to have a look? You want to work out a deal? And I said, sure. Send me a text. Let me know what you have. He had 5 pairs. We worked out a deal. And that was it. The rest is history, right? So the first one is the SB Dunk. This is the Safari. I think it came out maybe this year or end of last year. Everything is size 9.5. Everything is dead stock. So he gave me the Safaris. Next, I think he gave me the Atmos Elephant Print. Really nice shoe. If you're looking at the Air Max, those are going for crazy numbers. Maybe this will be one of them as well. That will skyrocket in the next future or so. Next, we have a Travis Scott. This is the Cactus Trail, the Air Max 270. I've had this one when it first released, and I was really impressed with the quality and the craftsmanship, the execution, right? Everything, every aspect, every detail is A+ in my opinion. The only downside I would see if this is a 270 Air Max, imagine this was a Jordan, right? It would probably go for at least $1,000. But because it's not a Jordan, it's only going for about $500 and really, really underrated in my opinion. Okay, I was lucky enough to have it when they first dropped. Now I have it again, and just a dope shoe. Execution and details, everything is really, really good quality. All right. Next we have probably the best dunk of, was it 2020? I think it was 2020. Let me just double check real quick for you guys. Yeah, it was of 2020. This is the SB Civilist. If you don't know about this one, it changes color on when it has like a temperature change. So if, for example, you would rub your finger, all right, because it detects the heat, it will change color. All right, so imagine if you go out in the sun with these, and then the whole shoe changes into different colors. Okay, so this was one of the shoe that was in the deal. And then the last pair We have the off-white rubber dunks. This is the black and green. Again, a size 9.5, dead stock. Interesting shoe. I find this is a bit bulky. Not really my style. I wouldn't wear it. That's why I never even went for them when they first dropped. But still, I think it's going for about $500, right? So the last 5 pairs that I showed you, I was able to buy them in a bulk deal. Really nice guy. Kevin, big shout out to you. I appreciate your business. We did a couple of other transactions before, and just a fun story. How I met Kevin is again on Facebook Marketplace. He was selling. Check this one out. He was selling the SB Day of the Dead. Like that's probably the only pair I've seen in Canada. And I reached out to him and I said, listen, is it still available? I want to buy it. He's like, oh no, I'm sorry, it's pending. And then a couple of hours later, he was like, okay, the guy's not responding. You want it? I say, obviously, I'm going to take it, right? He was selling it for a really good price back then. It was like 1,500 Canadian. And then we started chatting. It's like, you know what? You're a really nice guy. I'll give you $100 discount, right? So I ended up buying it for $1,400 the same day. And we had a really good conversation for about, I don't know, like 30 minutes or 45 minutes. He actually used to own a skate shop. He has so many connections. You can get pretty much every pair on release for retail. And, we parted ways. I got home, he got home. The next day, I get a message from him. It's like, hey, check this out. And he would send me about 15 SBs and dunks. OG ones, like 1999, 2005, nothing over 2010, I can tell you that for sure. It was like, you're interesting, I'll give you a really good deal because you're a nice guy. So we ended up making a deal that was probably one of my best pickups in 2020. I will do a review of my sales and profits and pickups, and I'm definitely going to share that with you guys, right? So stay tuned for that. But just want to encourage you guys, and I've mentioned this so many times, when you're out there in the community, try and be friendly, okay? Try and have conversations like, are you collecting? Are you, where did you get them? Or if he's wearing a nice pair of sneakers, compliment him or her, right? Open up the conversation. Don't just be like, okay, give me the shoes, here's the money, and I'm out. No, you never know their personality, or you never know what businesses they're doing, right? Or what connections they might have. If there's something that I've learned and then I can, emphasize to you guys is networking. And especially in North America, everything is based on a relationship. You want to get a job or a better job, right? It's not how good you are necessarily, but who you know, okay? And you know someone that maybe knows someone that knows someone, and then so on and so forth, okay? Networking is the key in this business. Everything is based on relationship, and once you have those relationships, make sure you maintain them, right? Make sure you do your part of the job. Make sure you're honest, and you do whatever you're asked to and whatever it takes. Thank you so much for watching. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go downstairs. We're gonna go onto the computer. I'll give you guys a breakdown on our last sales from the last episode. I'll give you guys a breakdown on the numbers. Again, we spent about $4,600 Canadian, and things are looking promising for us, okay? We're making more and more and more money. And if you're following, I would highly recommend that you start doing the same, okay? Go back to my first episode. There's a playlist in this series, and then start from there. Whether $2,000 is good for you or not, you figure out your own ways, your own details. But I would highly encourage you. This is a guaranteed way to be successful, right? I'm not making things up. I'm giving you print screens of all the sales. I'm showing you actually the shoes that I'm purchasing, and you have a breakdown with all the numbers and profits, right? So let's go downstairs. We're gonna look at the computer and then hopefully make some more money. Okay, here we are doing a live screen recording. Just want to go over the numbers and show you guys some of the sales that I made. For the easy foam runners, I have 4 in the sand colorway, sizes 7, 9, 10, and 12. For the moon grays, I had 6, 8, 9, and 10. I paid 170 Canadian. That's almost 140 US. So I didn't pay retail, but I didn't pay resale either. And again, I was able to get them through an Essence VIP account. Those are the benefits of such an account. And as you can see, I already sold 6 of them. I said I sold all of them. I'm still waiting for the payment for the 2 sands, the size 10 and 12. I sold 2 for cash. It was more of a pre-sale right before I had them in hand. Another benefit with Essence is their super fast shipping. It's usually 1 day. So I'm able to get pairs before Nike, Foot Locker, Adidas, or any other store even ships them out. So I was able to do 2 local sales for 450 Canadian. I sold another one on Goat, again, right before I have received it. And I sold 1 more on Goat, and the other 2 were sold on StockX. StockX actually had a good deal back then. They gave me 50% off of my seller fees. So I took advantage of that, and I just sold them over there. As you can see, in terms of profits, it's about 200, 275, 215, and again 275. That's why I would highly recommend, if you have pairs and you want to sell them, try local first, because you can avoid all the fees, shipping, and extra cost. Moving on, we have the Jordan 14, the last shot. As I mentioned, I picked up 4 pairs from a Facebook Marketplace ad, and I was able to get them for $90. I did check on StockX. I am the only one that has them listed. So I might hold on to them for a bit longer, just because I wanna make the most out of it. I can sell them right now. I think there's some bids for $100 US or 150, but I want to hold on for maybe a couple more days, couple more weeks. On Goats, I have listed them as well. They're actually even going for a bit more, but usually with Goat, it takes a little longer to sell. Moving on, we have the bulk deal with the SB and Dunks that I mentioned, the Civilist, Atmos Elephants, Safaris, Off-White, Rubber Dunks, and then the Cactus Trail. I paid a total of 2,400 Canadian or 1,900 US. With these ones, I would, if you ever get into such a deal, I would recommend trying local. I did sell the Civilist local for $850. And then I sold the Cactus Trail on Goat just because it was a huge comparison compared to StockX. It was a big difference. I think I made an extra $50 or maybe more simply by selling it on Goat. So $850 Canadian, these are US dollars in Goat, $423. And I also had another pair that I didn't show. I forgot I had it. It was downstairs in my office. It's a pair of Jordan 11 Space Jam in a size 12 dead stock. I picked this up from a local sneaker group. I used to deal with this individual. He reached out to me, and I got them for a pretty good deal, 450 Canadian or 375 US. I have listed it on Goat. I'm still waiting, but I'm confident that the sales will happen within a couple of days. If we look in terms of profits, for 4,600 invested, I already made 1,400, so I'm at 30%, and I still need to add at least half of the profits from the pairs that have not sold. So 2 sands or the last shots. We have a couple of SBs and Off-White and the Space Jam. So I'm guessing I'll be adding at least maybe another $500 minimum. So we're probably looking at, no, I'm probably going to add close to 1,000, sorry. So we're looking at 2,500 for an initial investment of 46. That's over 50%, maybe 60%. So I would say overall it's really good. Again, this is the breakdown. This is what we had for this episode. As you can see, half of them are already sold. With the others, I'm going to hold on for a bit longer. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. If you have any comments, please share down below. If you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out. Like I mentioned, I'm here to make this sneaker community a better place, share ideas with you, but also learn from you. So if you have any suggestions on how I should maybe do this better, Let me know in the comments below, and also don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay safe and God bless.